Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Crazy Lightbulb, and it feels so good to be back. Yes! Now, I am here to talk to you about, yes, that's right, what's on my screen, Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I'm going to be showing you a couple cool things when creating a character. Now, this video is great, and it's going to be cut out in segments. So there's going to be a part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 of creating your character step by step and telling you how to do it to the fullest and maximum potential. Now, when creating a character in D&D, D&D is a role-playing character kind of aspect to it. It's basically like acting, but while playing a game. You get to roll for stats, you get to level up, you get to do all these things, but you have to act your character. You have to be that character. Now, I know when you first start out, a lot of people don't like acting. They don't like being a different character, using different voices. Most of the time when you make your first character, you're usually being yourself. So at that point, just be yourself. If you were a character in real life, what would you be? So, the first thing in creating character is getting out a pencil and paper and getting those character stats down. Now, what I recommend is there's three different systems, and we're going to go over those right now for rolling for stats. So, the first one is, let's see if I can find it. Let's see, introduction. How to play using this book, The Worlds of Adventure. I'm going to be skimming through this book, and they're creating a character. Let's see if I can skip through. Creating a character step by step. First you choose, now I don't go by this because it's completely irrelevant. What I like to do is immediately go to roll for stats. Now there's 3 things you can do. You can roll determine ability scores. You can roll, which are your stats. You can roll 4d6 and pick the highest 3, or you can use the building block, which means you only get to use a certain number of standard set scores. So, or you get to use the ability score point cost. Now, for this, usually what happens is you get 15, 15, 15, 8, 8, 8. That's pretty good, and it's pretty basic, and it's an average roll. If you did do the 4d6 and take the highest 3. Usually I always take the 4d6 because you get more stats. But for now, we're going to do the custom ability scores, the variant, which is the ability score points cost. Let me know if you guys can get this. This one is different. This one you actually get to pick what scores by using a total of 27 points and putting them into this little table right here. If you see here, and you get to, once when all your points are gone, then your ability scores are done. There's the set ability scores, which you can use this, which is 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8 as the ability scores, and you just get to basically plug them in where you want. That's actually really good too. But you don't get the 15, 15, 15. So for now, we're going to go over to our character sheet. Now this character sheet is amazing. I love this character sheet. Now we're going to use this as a general template. You can find certain character sheets online. This one I found as a PDF online. Very easy to use. As you can see, it's all plugin based. So what we're going to do, 15. As you see, it gives you 15 and it gives you the modifier. Now your modifier is what you're going to be using when you're rolling. Your overall stat basically determines the modifier. Excuse me. The modifier is what you're going to be using to add to your dice rolls. Now depending on what rolls they are, such as, oh man, you're going through the shearing wind and cold of the winter. Roll a Constitution saving throw, which is these guys right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug these in, and we're going to go down the line. I kind of zoomed it in so you guys actually have a general mind. I can always zoom it out for you guys so you get a general. Actually, I kind of like the zoomed in a little bit better. Just bear with me because we're going to be scrolling. Now, when you're picking your character, the second thing that you do after you write down your stats is that you determine what race you like. Now, there are many different races in Dungeons and Dragons. For this segment, I'm going to be using straight out basically the player's handbook. I'm not going to be doing anything else, anything crazy, but I am going to show you certain cheats that you can that is not in the book. So right now, I'm going to go scroll down to this website right here. It's called D&D 5th Adventure Wikia. Now, D&D Adventure Wikia, Wikia, I know, it's not reliable, but this site is very reliable. A lot of major players actually go here and put the major feedback on here and actually update it to current revenue. So as you see here, you have all the different types of races through all the books that have been out so far, such as Sword Coast Online, and Volo's Guide to Monsters. But we're going to be using just the standard. Level 1 character from the player's handbook. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. So now that we have our stats that we rolled or that we picked out at the ability scores custom variations, now we can determine what we want to be. Now, when you're first making a character, you want to go what's cool with you. You want to go what's fun, what you know. You're like, you know what? I watched Lord of the Rings and I love Legolas. I want to be an elf. Or, you know what? I love Gimli. I want to be a dwarf. You can be whatever you want to be. You can be a halfling, which is basically Frodo. You can be a regular human, a dragonborn. Dragonborns are really cool because they are basically half man, half dragons. And they have an ancestry to their draconic or dragon bloodline. That's why they are what they are. Some have tails, some don't. Some have wings, and some do not. You could also be a wonderful gnome, a very magical, small creature, fun, jittery, with the same age life or even more than an elf. You could be a half-elf, where, you have a backstory on, my father was an elf, and he wed with my mother. But my mother passed away a long time ago, and now I am here. I am 70 years old. Because half-elves live twice as long as a normal human. Half-orcs. Let's just say something happened and now you are a mighty orc. You have no clue who your parents are. You have no clue, backstory. Half-orcs are really strong, really awesome. Tieflings. Tieflings are same thing, kind of similar to Dragonborn, but they have a different ancestry to their devilish bloodline. And now they have that blood in their veins every single time. And they can be many different colors. Now, see, when you pick and when you play and pick your race, you can be different colors. You can customize them. What do you want to look like? Look as badass as you want. Look awesome when you're making your character. It's going to be beneficial to you. Now, for the standard thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going ahead and I'm going to be picking, let's just say I'm going to be picking a human. It's very basic. Now, when you go to human and you go into the books, you're going to be going down to this good old-fashioned, you're going to be going to a little bit of flavor text. They also give you name variants, and it honestly, it may take you excuse me, it may take you a while before you actually find a name. Now, here's the traits. +1 all your ability scores. Wow, that's awesome. That means you automatically get +1. So we're going to go ahead and remember that. Also, you age as much as humans, so just like in real life, that's how your age is. Your size is usually from 5 feet to over 6 feet tall. You could be 6'5". If you want to be oversized, like 7 foot tall, just ask your dungeon master if you want to do certain things. Your walking speed. Now, walking speed, I will talk to in another video about what you can do there. So, walking speed is kind of the mechanics of the game. I will do another video of the mechanics of the game. But for right now, we're going to be sticking to character creation. So, after you pick out your good old-fashioned human. Now, there's human variant traits where you can do something different, but we're going to be sticking to the regular human to make it simple. Alright, so, now we picked our human. What are we going to be? We're going to be male, female? Well, this is where you kind of describe what your character is going to look like. We're not going to put these stats in yet. We're going to do those later. So right now, we're going to go scroll down here, and we're going to go describe our character. Well, let's just say, how old are you? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give out my my information. I'm going to be a muscular, built male. So I'm going to be about 29 years old. You know, very light blue eyes. Or you know what? You could even do this. Excuse me. You could do you could do light green eyes. You could do hazel. You know, we'll go hazel. Hazel is a great one. Alright. So we also have our skin tone. What is our skin color? Do we want to be white? Do we want to be black? Do we want to be tan? Do we want to be brown? I mean, it all depends on like what you want to be. I mean, honestly, I think at this point I'm gonna be yeah, gosh, that's so hard. You know what? I'm gonna be tan. I'm gonna be a little bit tan. Alright. Our height. What's a good average height? I don't know. Do we want to be big? Do we want to be small? You know what? I want my character to be similar to me. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put 6 foot. There we go. Next thing is our weight. Now, you can adjust this all you want. But, you know, I'm going to go with the ideal weight that I want to be at. So I'm going to be 180 pounds. Hair. You know what? I would love full, thick, yellow blonde. Let's do that. Full, thick. Or no. Let's go thick, short. Blonde. Golden blonde. Oh, let's do that. Golden blonde. Alright. So, thick, short, golden blonde. There is our characters right there. Now we need to make a name for ourselves. What kind of name could we have? Well, we have the perfect generator right here. Now, there are name generators online. You could use so many different things. But, we have names right here. Also, in more of the other books, you can also get names. Let's go with let's go with Darwin. Let's go with Darwin Greycastle. So, at that point, it's easy. We are Darwin Greycastle. Simple as that. Let's go ahead and capitalize the D in Darwin. Alright, so that's our name right there. Darwin Greycastle. And we're basically done at that point with our first segment. So I'm going to be ending it here, guys. Let me know if you have any questions or any concerns. So we have our base stats. We picked our race. And now the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be picking our class. So that's what we're going to be doing next. I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Character Creation for Beginners, Part 1.